Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to 6 figures and beyond. Pow! So in this video, I'm going to get right to it and talk about one of my favorite. My formula that I use is very simple. It's the OBART. O equals your offer. You have to know what you're offering in order to be able to win a contract. B is for buyer. You have to know who's buying what you're selling. A is for the avenue. What road do you want to use to win the contract? R is for relationships, and T is for teaming. Now, we're going to look at one piece, and that's the A for avenue. How do you want to win this contract? Well, by far, I'm just going to tell you, for me, the easiest way was subcontracting first. Subcontracting. That was the easiest way for me to win money right away. It was only me. I didn't have a large team. I did that for about maybe 6, 7, 8 months, subcontracting. The next avenue I used was one of my favorite, micro purchases and simplified acquisition procedures. Now, micro purchase is 10K and under, and a SAP, a simplified acquisition procedure, is one of my sweet spots. That's up to 250. I like to look between 25 and 250. Now, where do I look for the simplified acquisition procedures? And then what do I do once I found one? So what I'm going to share with you in the video is just that. The first thing I do to find simplified acquisition procedures are in 3 areas. sam.gov. sam.gov normally will have simplified acquisition procedures that are in my sweet spot from 25K to 250,000. The next place that I normally will go is usaspending.gov. You can go into usaspending.gov, navigate when you're putting in the information on the type of contract you're looking for, the dollar amount, so you can put under $1 million, and then you can put in keywords that will bring you to that particular sweet spot, which is what? 25K to 250. Now, once you've gone to usaspending.gov, this is where you go for your B for buyer. You can find out who is buying what you're selling. Once you know who your B for buyer is, which is always going to be in usaspending.gov, then you can navigate it by looking at the time. You can look at what they're spending by the year, by the quarter, and by the month. Once you've looked to see which ones are spending the most, so let's say in the month of May, you want to start preparing for that by reaching out and getting to know the different key players. I always say contracting officer representatives, your small business program specialists. You can look at doing your OSDBU, going on to LinkedIn and finding and connecting. All of those are great ways once you've figured out what agency and you're really focused on the 25K to 250. I like saying this is your best spot for a prime contractor. Yes, I've had people win $3 million, but like I said before in my other video, that is normally the exception, not the rule. And we want to find ways to be the rule and then eventually get to being the exception, right? Because we want to make money right now. And these are ways we can make money right now. Subcontracting and doing the micro purchases and the simplified acquisition procedures. Now, where else would I go for a SAP opportunity, a simplified acquisition opportunity? So I've talked about sam.gov. Now, when you go into sam.gov, you go under contracting opportunities, and then what you want to navigate to are the combined synopsis. Those are going to be your quotes. What I love about the SAP is normally it's all about the money, lowest price technically accepted, which means a lot of times you do not have to be concerned about past performances. That's why this is a great fit for you. Now, we've talked about SAM, navigating SAM. We've talked about usaspending.gov. One of my favorite is Federal Procurement Data System.gov. That particular website, you can put in filters. So these are the filters that I want you to filter to. And I've done videos that show you step by step. So today we're going to use the filters. The one filter you're looking for is setting up the obligation, what the dollars are obligated. So it says obligation dollars. When you look at the obligation, look for, I always put between, I usually go with 10,000 to 250,000. Then the next filter that I end up putting in, my next filter, is I'm going to filter in my area. So I'm going to put in my area, which is the POP, place of performance state name. Then my next filter, I'm going to put date sign. I love upcoming expired contracts. I always do 90 days out. So if we're looking at, let's say March 23rd or something like that, then I'm going to look 90 days past March 23rd in this fpds.gov. When I do that, they're going to normally give me upcoming expiring contracts. I can scroll down to the competition information and I can look and see if it's a simplified acquisition procedure. It tells you right there, SAP. Yes, it does. And then I can look at a couple other things. What company won? I can visit their website and look and see what they've got that I may either have. How can I expand on that? Do I have, and have I created my signature system, which I talk about all the time? And then I can even reach out to that particular subcontractor to see if I'm looking at subcontracting, that's a great way to get started. Now, once I've done that, my last area to actually look for simplified acquisition procedures would be in acquisition.gov. I'm going to look for the ones, say 25K to 250. There are quite a few. Now, if you go to B for buyer, which is usaspending.gov, when you go to acquisition, you already know what your buyer is. So then you connect the dots. You look at the buyer, you put in and look for opportunities that are going to be between 25 and 250. They'll come up because now you already know what agency is buying what you have. Now you've done all that. And the next step would be, well, what do I say to them? Because I really, really like the phone call part. Not everyone does, but I'm going to give you a very easy introduction into what you can say in an email or what you can say when you call them. So if you'd like to know more, as I always say, if you want the eye level, you want to get down to the details and not the high level, then make sure you join me for my Crack the Gov Code Masterclass. Yes, yes, yes. It's here again. I am going to go into so much detail. My promise to you is by the end of this, you should feel a lot of clarity and a lot of confidence on exactly what you should do. Now, I'm going to have the link in there, and the link is going to take you to sign up for my launch party, which is the free masterclass for Crack the Gov Code. The goal is to crack into learning and understanding what this is all about when it comes to government contracting. And this is for anyone that has won, I like to say, a larger contract, because if you've won over 250, this is a great place for you as well. If you haven't won a contract, this is a great place for you as well, because there's strategies and strategic plans and moves that you can make that you can expand and stop looking for contracts that are between 250 or 25K and 250, and you can go for the millies. That's right, the millies. So if you really want to get started and you want a place to go where you're going to learn in my 1 hour free masterclass for you, I call it my launch party because we're going to launch into it and get it started. And I'd like to have you register. It's March 19th, March 20th, and 21st. You only need to attend one day to get a wealth of information, okay? And it's going to be March 19th, and it is at 12 noon. And then it's going to be on March 20th at 7 p.m. And then it's going to be on March 21st at 12 noon. Now, these are all Eastern Standard Time zones. Love to see you there. Click the link. Also, you can join my Facebook, where we have winners that have been with Crack the Gov Code and they have won contracts and they're telling their stories. So I hope to see you there. If you're ready for the eye level and not the high level, you want to get down and understand this. Look forward to seeing you. Click the link. And until next time, be safe. And the next video, I'm going to share with you what I said when I called 25 contracting officers and how it worked out for me. So I'll see you in the next video.